Cohn on the phone from the worldwide leader of sports. She's going to be on in a second talking to us about the NHL. We're still waiting for Jameis Winston here on the Rich Eisen Show. I'm Susie Schuster sitting in for Rich Eisen as he gets limber 4 days in advance of him running the 40 for St. Jude. Run, Rich, Run. You too can donate to St. Jude and also cheer him along and hope that he breaks that 598, because if not, he may not come home. Linda Cohn, you know how I am. You know I'm a little bit of a taskmaster, LC.
Well, that's why Rich is in love with you and always has been. You bring out the best in him. I mean, I give you all the credit, Susie. You know that.
Thank you, and I will take every single bit of it. Is that wrong?
Never. Are you kidding me?
Linda Cohn, you and I have been friends since we were the only two women using the bathroom on the second floor at ESPN, which is kind of scary if you think about it.
And what's even more scary, Susie, the bathroom is still there. And it's busier. But you know what? And they've expanded. There's more ladies' rooms. It's sort of like at sports arenas. Then when they realize actually women like male sports and go to games,
oh, yeah, isn't that weird?
They actually added, bathrooms.
Isn't that crazy? Women actually like sports. Who knew, Elsie? I mean, watch this transition from scary bathrooms to Alex Ovechkin. I have to ask you if you thought his play on Tuesday was dirty or not.
I really thought it was. He kind of, listen, he's Alex Ovechkin. He's a leading scorer in the NHL. So like a Sidney Crosby, you're going to get a pass. It's like in the NBA. The superstars, they can foul all they want. They won't get hit with calls every time out. So looking at it slow motion, looking at it fast motion, it really was something Alex Ovechkin should not have done. Chris Letang was not seriously hurt. He played last night, the very next game the Penguins had to play. So no harm, no foul. So life moves on. But you know what? Susie, the Capitals, who are red hot, in playoff position now, third place in the Metropolitan Division, which I'm sure you're aware of. And not only that, those two will probably face each other in the postseason, so that will be worth watching.
I feel like I want to jump ahead and say to you, postseason, what are you prognosticating? Because a lot of people are watching the Kings. They've won 6 straight. People are saying, are they going to sneak back in? They've won the Cup 2 of the last 3 years.
Don't remind me, they beat my New York Rangers. I was in that building, Staples Center,
Linda.
Distraught, having a nervous breakdown.
Sure
I can't handle it. But here's the thing. I really respect what the Kings have done. This is the Kings' time, Susie, as you know, being out there. This is the time they heat up. And when you play in the National Hockey League, it's fine if you heat up late February into March. So the Kings are red hot going into tomorrow night, which is going to be very cool at the home of the San Francisco 49ers, Levi's Stadium, over 69,000. It's a sellout, second straight outdoor game for the NHL in California. Last year, big success, as you know, at Dodger Stadium with the Kings taking on the Ducks. This time it's the Kings and Sharks, and it was fun. I think you've seen this. It's been going around. It's been viral on the Internet the last few days, and it always makes me laugh. The Crow doing a little photo shoot in front of a webcam at Levi's Stadium, a real bird. Hilarious.
It's very Edgar Allan Poe meets hockey, you have to admit. I mean, let's make this intellectual, shall we? Yeah, I mean, the Kings, it's as if they've won, it's as if they've played 4 seasons in 3. So a lot of people are looking at them wondering, who else are you looking at, Linda, that you think is going to be a huge threat? I know your Islanders, your Rangers. I mean, who are you looking at here?
Well, the Islanders are not mine. I only stake claim to the Rangers. I'll probably be part of the coaching staff one day. But here's the thing. What's cool about the Eastern Conference, Susie, it's wide open. Really. Anyone can win that for the top 6 teams, because obviously you get 2 wild cards, and the top 3 in each division, each conference get in, which is a total of 8. They just aligned it differently. So in the East, it is wide open. Number 1 could be knocked out in the first round. The last wild card could go to the Stanley Cup Finals. And in the Western Conference, with the Kings are in it, we all know how deep the West is. So as long as you have great goaltending, which the LA Kings do, and Connecticut native Jonathan Quick, and as long as you have, great defense led by Drew Doughty like the Kings have, they're definitely not only in the conversation, they perhaps could be right up there, the second sentence out of your mouth. The sexy pick, believe it or not, and I mentioned this to Rich last week, are the Nashville Predators, believe it or not. People are like, there's a hockey team in Nashville? You bet your sweet you-know-what there is, and they're darn good. But we'll see what happens. It's great for the league when it's wide open. But there's another race going on, Suze, as you know, like it is in the NBA, right, where a lot of tanking going on. It's like, how do you root for a team that's tanking? The Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks are dealing with that right now, right?
Yeah, just ask Derek Fisher.
Yeah. Hello.
It's ugly.
But it's hard being a fan of a team that tanks. And in the NHL, that's going on as well because there's a sweepstakes going on, not for Jahlil Okafor like in the NBA, the Duke star, but in the NHL, it's a guy by the name, nice Canadian boy, Connor McDavid, who once upon a time took a slap shot, and that hard rubber puck that you've held in your hand exploded, shattered in pieces. I've never seen it. This guy's that good. He's like the next Sidney Crosby. So teams like Buffalo and Edmonton and Carolina, Toronto, Arizona, you know, they want him.
They're calling him the next Gretzky, and you would know. Linda Cohn, thank you so much for joining us from Connecticut.
Keep up the great work. I think Rich should be a little concerned about his job.
He should be concerned about his job. He should be concerned about me beating him in the 40, but that's a whole nother conversation.
My money's on you.
As well it should be. Thank you, Elsie.
Bye, Sue.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.